futures this morning all over the map. The market expecting central bank relief, but not getting it. For more now on the short and medium term financial impacts of the outbreak, I want to welcome to the show Chris Markowski, better known as the watchdog on Wall Street. Chris, thanks so much for waking up with us this morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Great. We're so excited to have you on. So that's the headline, right? The G7 not taking any action. Obviously, investors were anticipating central bank stimulus. What now?
Well, listen, I don't know how much more that we can actually stimulate at this point in time. I mean, the Fed has been doing it for a long period of time. Still over in Europe, you've got negative interest rates all over the place. I fail to see what throwing more money at the problem is going to work. I mean, the markets are taking care of it themselves. We've got the prospect going forward that if the 10-year continues to drop here in the United States, we could be seeing sub 3% 30-year mortgage rates, which would be a wave of refinancing around the country, which would be extraordinary. I haven't seen rates like that. I've never seen them in my lifetime. So again, I don't know what the central banks are going to do. G7 getting together. Oftentimes, a lot of this stuff is headline driven. As you know, the world has changed to some degree. Wall Street has become I would put it this way, almost like a CGI event with all of the algorithms out there and software that is utilizing trading programs. Information comes in, markets move in one direction. This is why investors out there talking about their portfolios need to step away when it comes to trying to guess what's going to happen over the short term. It's absolutely impossible. You get these rip your head off rallies to the upside and to the downside when you have events like this.
And Chris, you have clients all across the country. What are you seeing and hearing about how the coronavirus is affecting people's financial planning?
It depends on how long I've had these clients. I've had clients back prior to the dot-com collapse, so they're used to events like this happening. We're seeing younger clients out there where this might be their first rodeo when it comes to a major sell-off in a market or an issue that happens, and they tend to panic, and that's when people make mistakes. I tell people very simply, I said, you're not going to remember this 2 years from now. You're not going to remember it. Just a couple of years ago, it was the last, I can have time to remember, last December 2018, we had a major sell-off in the market. It was big news everywhere on economic concerns, and people can barely remember sometimes when these happen. If you look at the market over the short term, you're going to get whacked.
So what are you telling clients who perhaps aren't trading stocks day to day, those of us who might be a little anxious to look at our 401k, even after yesterday's relief rally?
First off, don't be anxious. These are things that are going to happen. And if you're doing things the right way and you're paying yourself every single month as a long-term investor and dollar cost averaging, you're going to take advantage of some of these lower prices when they come down. However, if you're someone out there, this wouldn't be particularly my clients, as people that haven't had their financial plan done the right way, and you need access to capital within the next 5 years, guess what? That money shouldn't be in stocks because, again, bad things can happen. You have to give yourself a bit of a buffer when it comes to time frame, when it comes to stocks.
And I'm curious, Chris, what do you see as the best and worst case scenarios for the markets and economic growth this year?
Well, right now, I think we're going to have a short-term disconnect. Obviously, economic activity is going to slow down. But I do think when all's said and done and we get through this on the other end, things that might have been bought in the first or second quarter, guess what? They're going to get bought in the third and fourth quarter. And, the sun will come out tomorrow.
I love that. Great information. Thank you to Chris Markowski. You can listen to his Watchdog on Wall Street radio show syndicated around the country every morning from 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Thanks again, Chris.
Have a good one.